Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, the greatest video game and beer podcast in the world. Possibly the only video game and beer podcast in the world. I'm Ian. I got Jared, Nick, and Aaron with me.
Hi, Ian.
What up?
I think this is Dave's last show he'll miss until he gets back into town. I believe he comes back into town tomorrow night.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because Robin really wants to go trick-or-treating.
Oh, she's not going to want to come back into town.
Please do me a favor and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Couch Co-op. Shows all one word.
No hyphen.
Indeed. Let's get to the show. How's everybody doing tonight?
Tired.
Unprepared.
Unprepared and tired.
Yeah, tired. Lots of tiredness. Busy weekend for parents.
Oh,
Yeah.
Busy weekend if you're in a band.
Yeah, that too. Hopefully the show went good Saturday.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun last night.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Much beer was drank, which means that it's also now time to drink beer.
Yeah.
Time for a Couch Co-op of the week.
right.
Ian, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Total Domination from Ninkasi Brewing.
Oh, this?
This?
Oh, wow.
This, I feel like...
Wow.
Well, let's pop it. Let's just pop it.
Yeah.
Let's get it over. Let's get into it.
I need a beer, so I'm popping it right now.
I'm pretty on it.
So,
Didn't make a nice flip sound when I popped the cap.
so this is, I think, for me, the first IPA that then I really kind of... You start drinking and you drink a lot of back in the early day. Like, I just remember drinking a lot of it.
It was on draft everywhere. It was hard to miss.
It's kind of like the beginning of the IPA
Yeah.
thing for me. Like when it,
Yeah.
and then from there it just skyrocketed. Like everyone's making one, but
And
Anyway.
it's going to keep staying the way it is. It's at the crown of the IPA beginners courses.
and I know it's a type of beer that's been around, but this just like seems like it's the one, or it had been the one for a very long time. I don't really drink it much anymore, but
Yeah. Every now and then is nice to have.
But it smells so good. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love the smell of it. It's kind of sweet for an IPA. I mean, it has a lot of flavor. There's a lot going on there.
what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Pine, grapefruit.
It says it's
Bitter.
bitter, but I don't think it's bitter really.
It's a little bitter, a little hoppy. I mean, it's
Yeah,
IPA. Come on.
Well, yeah, but when
Yeah,
it says
Yes.
bitter, they expect a bitter beer face, but I don't get the bitter beer face. It's like, whoo, there it is. It's
You
not
even
wrong.
feel a little bit of the maltiness in the back there. I mean, you kind of feel everything hitting your tongue. It's
6.7,
really-
kind of
Yeah.
average IPA, I guess, right? Strength.
Well, yeah. It's not a specialty IPA. It's just a regular Northwest IPA.
good old
Were they even
fashioned
called
IPA.
Northwest IPAs until this beer? Do you remember?
No, and I don't even think did they call themselves Northwest IPA even back in the day?
I don't think
when
so.
It first came
I
out.
think it was IPA.
Yeah, I just think it was just. I think now since there's so many subgenres of IPA that
Got to stand out.
like yeah.
Needed what kind of IPA is this one? Well, this is a Northwest style.
Yeah, it even needs to differentiate itself from the West Coast IPA, which was created to differentiate itself from East Coast. There's a rabbit
hazies or
hole.
whatever you want to call them, Northeast style
Yeah.
IPA.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll drink
Yeah.
this and move
Yeah, the
on.
label
Oh,
used to just be a black background. It said Ninkasi Total Domination.
Yeah.
That's
Now
it.
it's
It
all
didn't
like
have all that Northwest stuff on it.
Northwest stuff and.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted since we were talking about Halloween weekend, and then this show technically will come out tomorrow on Halloween, so this is technically our Halloween episode. I just kind of wanted to have
Oh,
a
we
little.
should have dressed up as costumes.
Oh, we should have
Darn
dressed
it.
up. Yeah, but that would suck.
No fun. Not
But
for the
no,
people
I was just
watching.
like wondering, just like if we can just quickly. We don't have to like really go into big. This is like a little topic, but favorite Halloween games or scary games, like.
Oh,
Like, do you actually think? Can you think of an actual game that has like Halloween themed stuff, or as a Halloween themed game?
Just well, not Halloween themed, but it gives you like Halloween things like mobile games. But do those really count?
I guess like yeah, like Overwatch has a Halloween thing going right now. I'm sure
Yeah.
Fortnite does, but I mean, like,
Destiny
is there?
too.
Yeah, is there
Yeah.
like actual?
I bet
game?
Rocket League probably has something too.
Probably.
Not in there.
But I was like, is there actual games that like that you remember?
There's some smaller indie games like Costume
Oh,
Quest.
Costume Quest.
I still have never played it, but
Oh, I played the first one.
someday.
It's kind of fun, actually. I didn't play a lot of it, but I remember the couple times I got into it. You're some kids and you're going around the neighborhood in costumes.
But there's like a battle system, isn't it? There's
yeah.
an RPG
you
system
fight
in there.
things. Yeah, it's like an RPG and you fight things.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think the first one isn't the second one like free to play.
I don't know.
Oh, anyway, I think it is. But anyway, that's
Are
all.
there trick or treaters in Paperboy by chance?
Dude, I never played Paperboy.
Oh, I loved Paperboy.
I know Paperboy. I never played it. I know of it, but never played it.
It should have been the opposite. Like, you should be trick or treaters. No, you should be the house, and then when people walk by, you throw candy at them. Like, do it the opposite.
Definitely a mobile game though.
It could be.
Swipe his throw. But no, I can't think of any good Halloween games, but good scary ones are pretty hit you in the face, like Resident Evil and Dead Space, obviously. But I can't think of any like Halloween-y games. But I know the second I never really touched those games.
It's indie developer. I think they've released their games on like NES cartridges and stuff like that. There's like Halloween, I think it's like Halloween Quest. Some like Pumpkinhead guy running around doing stuff.
Okay.
Did Oh, I was just gonna. So a lot of the streamers and like game reviewers, they play like scary games around Halloween. Do you guys get into any of that? Like, I never do that kind of shit because I don't like scary games. But do any of you like Jared? I would think Jared would be the most likely.
Yeah, sometimes I usually start or finish a horror game during the month of October, but I haven't this year. I was thinking of finishing a game, Evil Within 2. I still haven't finished that. I was thinking of popping it in, but I just never got around to it.
Is it harder to play those games now that you have kids?
Yeah, because they seem to increasingly go to bed later and later and later at night. So it's like almost impossible to play. Like, that's why I haven't been playing Cyberpunk. It's like, that is not a game I want my kids to see any of. And scary games, I don't want to deal with the nightmares. I don't want to deal with any of that garbage. So yeah, as time goes by, it seems harder to play the darker, violent games.
I know, Aaron, you've got like the Dead Space remake coming out and the Callisto Protocol. Are you gonna get those?
Oh, I'm so interested.
Dead Space remake, potentially Callisto Protocol. I would like to, but I just don't know. I mean, that
made
game
by the same dudes that invented.
It's basically Dead Space.
Yeah.
What everyone's been saying is basically Dead Space.
But it's more like close up, like everybody's in your face, and you have to find ways to kick them into the dangers of the environment. By the looks of what I've seen,
right?
So like, there's a lot of
It's
gore.
definitely Dead Space-esque too, as well, because yeah, you had to do all that, you had to get them off you and blah blah blah. But I just don't know. I mean, I'd probably get the remake over Callisto Project. At least wait for a little while on Callisto Project Protocol, because I don't have a PS5 yet. I
You
want to play on.
wanna, yeah, and you wanna go explore the Ishimura again.
Yeah, because I've been waiting for a remake of that game.
And
And
they've made some of the environments bigger and more kind of creepy with more effects, and they made the flying a little better and stuff like that. So it's more modern controls. With
Mhm.
they kind of expanded upon the ship in some of the rooms that seemed a little tight. They made a little bigger. You know, and they really didn't just copy and paste it. They've really
Oh,
gone in thoroughly to figure out what it needed.
well,
I'm
with the
interested to
game,
see.
with the game like the Dead Space, you need to make that game a little bigger with the remake, and you have the technology now to do it. So it's like it makes sense that they would redo some of those areas, because there was some fights I was like, ah, get out of my face, and I can't get you out of my face because this room is so small and you're so big. Like those giant rhino-looking guys that would like ram you, and that you couldn't get out of their way in time, no matter what you did, pretty much. The only way you could get them is the railgun at the legs, but that was impossible to hit them with that because it was just such a. They're so fast, it was so small.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're redoing things on it.
It's
Nick, you got
frightening. I think that shit's
Nick.
scary.
Nick, you got any horror games you like to play often or repeat playing?
Not really any horror games, but um, Death Stranding creeped me out, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, totally.
that's kind of creepy.
It's kind of a horror game, I
but
guess,
That game can be creepy.
yeah,
in
I
some
agree.
aspects.
I
yeah,
mean, there are
um,
babies
but
that
I
we
have
do in the.
well that too, but I was talking more like just like the things I try to avoid. That
Yeah. I never got around to playing that game. I should have. I wanted to. It looked fun.
I want to get back into that one, but I don't know. I've actually found myself even what little I do play, even like playing like Fallout 4, I'm finding myself just kind of avoiding areas just because I think it's like kind of creepy and scary. And
Hmm.
that's something that I've never really experienced much before. Before it's just like, yeah, I'll just go anywhere and see what's going on there. Now it's just like, I don't want to go over there. Something might be big and scary that'll kill me.
Right.
And then I realize it's a video game character and I won't actually be hurt.
Exactly.
You might just have to redo some progress, is about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's more like a jump scare that may get to me that I just don't want to deal with.
I think the only scary thing I've ever really played was the PT demo, which I still have on my PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that
That was
game.
creepy.
That was a freaking scary game. I remember we all played that in the room. It scared the shit out of
Yeah,
everybody in that room at one point.
yeah, I loved that. I had to go back through that in headphones in the dark.
So
That was great.
I'm good on
I had
that.
Justin play through it at my place in the dark. We
That
sat
was
in the dark and
that was the thing. Yeah, I remember that.
So
Fun.
I think modernly the my favorite now is I don't know if it's quite fair, but playing Resident Evil 7 in VR. I mean that's the ultimate way to play
I
that
don't think I
game,
could
and
do
it
that.
was so good. I tried playing it out of VR once, and I just didn't have any interest, and then I jumped back in the headset, and I'm just like, yeah, let's do this. It was
I'm
so
good.
awesome.
I'm good.
Because yeah, I mean, it's different in the way because while you're playing games with a regular headset, you know, you turn the camera and stuff like that, and you hear where things are coming from. But when you're in the environment and you turn your head, and the sound effects change based on where you're looking and where your head position
Mm,
is, that's something that's way better. That it feels different, feels like you're actually kind of set in the environment in that aspect. So I think it's really cool in that way with the 3D audio. It's so
I'm,
cool.
I'm gonna say the coolest audio thing I've probably ever encountered. It's not Halloween-ish, but I guess it's considered like whoa is Hellblade, where you had to put the headphones on with the voices that are talking to you and all
Yeah.
that stuff. That was
That definitely has some
that was
creepy shit, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
I agree.
Senua's Sacrifice. That game was great.
Yeah, that was a great game. But I liked what they did with the audio because you didn't have to do. They didn't have VR, I don't think yet, or wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think that's in
Or
VR, but they definitely had that binaural spatial audio going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really,
Exactly.
really well done. Yeah. If you didn't play that game with headphones, you were missing out on a lot.
Oh, I stand the whole way through. I
Yeah.
even though it creep me out at times. I'm like, nope, I gotta keep going. This is the way I gotta play. I can't do it the other way. I tried. Can't do it. It was worth it,
Mhm.
even though there was pranks to be had. But if you had it in there, because you'd think someone's talking to you and they're not, and then they find out they were talking to you. They just messing with you. Like, "Ah, damn it, thanks. Am I losing my marbles? Nope, just someone trying to prank on me.
Is Guacamelee during like Day of the Dead that time, or is it he's just a luchador? Were there skull guys in that? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if they're like
Yeah.
Day of the Dead
There's
type stuff.
some. There's
Mhm.
some.
Just trying to think of like.
There's very Luchador, Day of the Dead, Kane Skull going on there.
Great game series though. I hope they make a third one someday.
And there's another game with the Day of the Dead. An indie game I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name of it now. I don't know. I've just been racking my brain trying to think of like actual Halloween. Like, why isn't there actual Halloween games? Oh well. There's the Bart. There's a Simpsons. What's this?
Bart's Nightmare
Bart's
for Super
Nightmare.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Or no, that was NES, I think. Yeah.
Mm,
Nah, I didn't.
well, he did have Bart versus the
Space Mutants.
Space Mutants, and then followed up with versus the world. But
Yeah.
I never liked those games. I rented it. Didn't like it.
Yeah, they were nonsensical,
alright,
but they were very difficult.
Yeah.
And speaking of difficult games, Ghosts and Goblins for the Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez, I guess that counts.
Super
Yeah.
cool those.
Super
Any of
scary.
But I don't know if
Castle-
that's a. But I didn't think it was very scary, or it was just hard as hell.
It's
Yeah, just difficult. The fear of enemies touching you.
Yeah.
2 touches and you're dead.
Mhm.
Or the challenge of Castlevania.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if there were like any older games that scared you guys, like when you were a kid, or if the graphics for us were just a little too hokey for
I
that.
think it's all too hokey. I don't think there's anything that really ever scared me.
I think that started with the first game that kind of scared me was Alone in the Dark. That came out in PC in like the mid 90s. It was like one of the first polygonal survival horror type games. Like I think before Resident Evil even. I'll have to verify that.
Honestly,
I don't
only
know.
Resident Evil. So it's popping in my mind. But that was like a mid preteen when that game came out. So
Did any of you guys play? Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
1992.
1982. Oh, Alone in the Dark. Oh yeah, it wasn't scary in the scare woo sense. It was more like a jump scares. It was probably the things like Corridor 7 and Doom and stuff like that. But Doom wasn't even scary. It was just like blam blam blam, get them.
And Resident Evil came out in 96. So yeah. Alone in the Dark was the first one that got me.
Well, if you're playing Doom and you came around a corner and found a cyber demon, that kind of
Yeah. Doom was pretty scary. Yeah, and some corridor stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
you kind of saw it coming though, because you knew that there was demons everywhere in that place. So it's like,
and I bet somebody modded Halloween stuff into it.
Mm-hmm.
if I would have thought about it, I would have. But
Well,
instead, I
like-
just wanted.
Although I feel like back then it's like, yeah, they were kind of scary in some sense, but nothing is like now. Because like you'd look back on those games like that scared me. Why?
Did
Yeah, you
any of
can-
you guys?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you can still download Doom Halloween mod or WAD
Oh,
files.
I'm sure you can.
Lots of them.
I was gonna ask if any of you guys played any of the Silent Hill games back when they came out. I
Yeah.
only asked, I mean, not because of myself, but I had a friend of mine who would always tell me, like, when he'd play Silent Hill, he'd like play at night, turn out all the lights, and he would like
God,
scare
no.
the shit out of himself doing it.
I had
But
a
he
friend who
loved it.
did that too. He enjoyed it, but nope, couldn't
Yeah,
touch it. No.
I don't like having a lot of light on when I'm playing horror games. I have certain lamps I turn off. I'll dim the lights, that kind of stuff.
Take off your pants.
So I like having the atmosphere, the mood set, because you
Ian,
get
did you
in that
say no
mindset.
pants?
Yeah. Takes off his
No pants. Yeah, but
Oh, he's playing with the joystick too.
that
So,
was
chosen
another
peripheral.
nice thing about playing Resident Evil 7 in VR is I didn't have to worry about what the lighting was like. I just shoved the helmet on. It's
Right.
what the game wanted you to see.
Right. I tried the atmosphere thing, the Dead Space, and I couldn't do it just because
Yeah.
that game. Okay, with Resident Evil, there's only two ways they can come at you: front or from the back. Silent Hill, same thing. But Dead Space, it had a whole new thing when they could just jump down on you or come up from the ground. It was like, ah.
I mean,
Well, it wasn't even that, but what Dead Space did really well was the ambient sounds. Like you'd hear things running through like the vents, popping out a vent grate, and you'd be like, "Where the hell is that thing?" So like that kind of ambient sound is really, really important for horror.
Yeah, they did a damn good job at that.
well, here's like you guys know me. I'm like bugs. So like obviously Farpoint in VR always freaked me out with the bugs, the spider things jumping out at me. Once I got past that level, then all the other stuff was easy. But getting through that kind of first planet with the bugs was obnoxious. But that wasn't as bad. The one that actually made me stop playing is Half-Life 2 with the because the audio on that one is creepy because you hear them skittering around your head.
Yeah.
And so it's like I hear them, you don't see them. That is the worst part. Like once you see them, that's one thing. But like you hear it and then you see one kind of off in the distance and it's like, oh shit, they're coming. And that freaks me out. That creates this high anxiety. And then they're just kind of a pain in the ass to fight because they're so fast. That it just bugs me. So that kind of shit scares me, though I don't really find it. I don't think of it as like a horror game. Those are things that bug me. The other thing that bugs me, it scares me in games sometimes, is water. So like the water in Fallout, it never happens. Fallout 4, nothing ever gets you. Like something should grab you, but nothing does. But I would think that I'm swimming across it. I always think that like, man, there's something in here that is going to grab me and like pull me down. Never happens, but it should.
Yeah, there should be like some Mirelurks or something in there.
But it's something crazier than that, like some like tentacle. It doesn't have to be tentacle because it's sexual. Just like in the sense that like it grabs you and pulls you down, and then you're like, because that water's so dirty and gross, and I don't know,
you can't really see through it.
Right. So like I feel like there's like this fear of like the unknown,
Missed opportunity, Bethesda.
Yeah, always.
Or they probably just ran out of time.
Maybe Fallout 5.
Anyway, I think we're done with our beers. We can end this segment. Move on to the next. Jared, what do you think of the beer?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I have always liked this one. I haven't really gone out of my way to buy it. I mean, I do rarely buy IPAs these days, but this one, I'm glad I bought a 6-pack.
Right.
I am. It's good all the way through. It doesn't. I mean, it has an aftertaste. It's sticking to my tongue, but it's not a bad aftertaste. It's I don't know, pretty bitter at the end there. But the whole experience is a good experience, I'd say.
Nick, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, because I mean, like Jared, it's like it's been a long time since I've actually gone out and either had this beer or gone out and purchased it at the store. But like even back in the day, well, not even, but back in the day, it was kind of one of the more main beers that were kind of, I mean, of course, IPAs weren't what they were today. Um, but it was kind of like my distant second favorite to Terminal Gravity's IPA. So it was like if they didn't have that, I'd go after that. Um, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna rank this because I haven't had it in so long, and it was just, I mean, I loved it when like before I started getting into like double IPAs and stuff, and then I got
Mm-hmm.
sick of IPAs.
And so much has happened since then. Like it's
Yeah,
just like
it's, I mean,
the
there's just
environment
so
has changed.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so it. Hmm. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not disappointed with it by any means,
Right.
but it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe its time has passed for me. I don't know.
Maybe.
And it doesn't say juicy, hazy, or squeezy on it anywhere.
Yes.
I know, which normally would be something that I like because usually I see those words and it's like, oh, there's something that I'm not really that interested in
Yes.
because all those words are just, I don't know, they turn me off, and I could like them for all I know.
The anti-IPA movement.
Aaron, what are your
Well,
thoughts? Oh, you done there?
well, I was gonna say I'm not anti IPA. It's just it got a little too trendy for me. I mean, God, even back in 2008, IPAs were a little too trendy when there was that hop shortage, but
I remember that.
apparently they recovered. Yeah. But
All right. Oh, all right, Aaron, go for it.
internet connection problems.
Aaron, what's your thoughts?
I actually enjoyed the beer overall. I mean, yeah, it tastes like a basic IPA, which is, yeah, but honestly, the fact that it goes back to basics, we don't have a hazy aspect or a juicy aspect or all the other aspects that new IPAs and shit are bringing into the game. It's like,
Tropical.
it's nice coming back to the basics. Honestly, it's a basic IPA that I enjoyed. It is one of the first ones I ever had aside from Bridgeport and Deschutes, but I overall very much enjoyed one. It was nice to come back, and yes, Jared was saying there's an aftertaste that hits, but like you also said, uh, it's not like, oh God, this is nasty. It's actually a pleasant aftertaste. In fact, the comeback is like, this ain't bad. Usually most beer gives you that yucky aftertaste, like blech, after you burp, but not this one, oddly enough.
Cool.
It's not bad. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way and really search hard since I don't have to, but if
It's not
someone
hard to
said,
find. It's pretty much available everywhere at this
Yeah.
point.
exactly, but like, I'm not going to go like,
Well, we've
if it's
seen
out
beers that
here,
were
I'm like,
like that.
well, it's out. I'll go somewhere else. No, I'm not going to do that. It's like, oh, well, here's a different IPA or a different beer itself.
It's like one of
I
those.
mean, I guess that
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that kind of says something about the beer, though. I mean, because I mean, we have seen some beers that used to just be available everywhere, and their popularity just kind of faded like almost rapidly, and their shelf space just started disappearing. And
It could happen to this beer. I
especially
would say this beer could totally be a potential candidate.
it could, but at the same time, like with all the IPA sub variants out there, I mean, it is still nice to see that this one is
Well,
still as widely available as it is.
that Lagunitas IPA, I think, is getting harder and harder to find.
It is.
Oh no.
I'm just saying
I
that's like
think
one
this
of the.
is better than Lagunitas.
Yes, I think it
Oh.
is too. That's a West Coast, not a Northwest.
Mm.
But I'm just saying, I think that's an old one, and then this is another one. I feel like we will start to see the decline. I think.
Well, it's in 6 packs, but it's starting to slowly like not sell as well. So they got it in mixed packs with like other IPAs of their kind.
I feel like my Safeway doesn't carry any Lagunitas, except maybe
Nope.
a tall boy of the IPA.
Exactly. I'm just talking about the Ninkasi.
Oh, yeah.
The Ninkasi's starting to slowly disappear, and I haven't seen Lagunitas really anywhere anymore, except for like their specialty cousins. But and then
I think it's a solid
That's too
beer. I
much.
think this Ninkasi. I mean, like Aaron is like one of my first as I remember what an IPA is. This is like probably the first memory of one I had that I would be like, yes, that's like the first. I might have had one before but I don't really have a memory of it. I remember drinking when Jared and we went down to Eugene for a weekend. I remember drinking a lot of it that weekend. Do you think it is it like a standard? Do you think it's a standard, or do you think like Lagunitas it'll kind of fade, perhaps, or like I guess I'm like kind of continuing on with like, will it always be around because we're in the Northwest, so it'll never go away?
Mind if other breweries use this as a starting point? It could be a good base for improvement. I mean, everything could use improvement, and Lagunitas has been improved upon with other beers. It's a good grandfather. It's been around. Yeah, yes. Lots of beers can use this as a base and be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
Go
ahead. Go ahead, Aaron. You have something?
No, that's it. Actually, that's it. It kind of took the words out of my mouth. It's a basic starter, and people go, "This is good," but you know what? This could use blank.
You know what gets rid of that aftertaste?
Another beer.
Another beer.
There you go.
Am I picking the next week beer?
You are, but we need to rate this one. So what are we thumbing?
Yeah, I'm going thumbs up. I really liked it. It felt good.
I'm gonna go sideways. I think it's not. I mean, I haven't had it in a while. It's not as good as I remember it. I feel like there has been a lot of stuff that's gone on that I think is better. But I think it's a strong beer. It's. I'd probably put it more like this if we were doing that kind of stuff. It's like one of those things. Like I probably won't buy it unless you're like at a situation, like you're at a venue and the IPAs on the list are limited to this and something else I don't like. Then I'd probably buy this.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say no to it. I definitely drink it. Nick, he's having.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go right here.
Okay, that's.
Sideways. That's
Where
all
you
right.
at, Aaron?
Man, I'm having a hard time because it's like I want to go full thumb, but also it's like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go sideways thumb just because I like it, but it's like, Ian, it has to really knock me off my butt, or I really want to go out and find it. I only really went out and found this one because it was the beer of the week.
It is the beer. Yeah, exactly. It was the beer of the week. But for me, for the longest time, it's been when you say IPA, it is the beer I think of. It's the first beer that comes to my brain.
It is the quintessential IPA. Like if you think of IPA, I think either Ninkasi or Bridgeport. But
see, I don't even think Bridgeport. I just think Ninkasi for some reason. I just think of this beer.
Bridgeport doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah,
so you
right?
can't really think of that.
I know.
Well, I mean, Bridgeport was my first IPA.
Yeah, Bridgeport was good.
But no, like I said, I like the beer, but if someone's like, get an IPA or get a beer, I'm not gonna go searching for this one. I'm gonna go for something else.
All right, and I'm supposed to pick a video game too, and I was trying to remember, and I couldn't remember. Does Call of Duty have a mode called Total Domination? Who has a mode called Total Domination?
Well, I think it's the domination mode, and if you have all of the territories, it's total domination, and like Destiny or something like that.
Something like this. Oh man, I can't remember what game. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I have Google.
Yeah.
I could Google it.
So you don't want to pick a Halloween themed game instead?
No, I don't.
That's really not a lot of Halloween games.
Yeah. There's a lot of games with
domination
that
modes.
word in it. Yeah, but
I was hoping there was like an actual Total Domination mode. God damn it.
Total War.
No.
God, I'm trying to think of a game. Wonder if it's
it's like Warhammer stuff.
So we're just gonna go with the COD BLOPS Domination.
Okay.
Sounds good.
It's a game was high at one point and then it's kind of fallen. as far as Call of Duty games go. Like COD BLOPS 1 and 2 are like considered some of the greatest games of all time, and then 3 and 4 are not haven't been received as widely.
Yeah,
So
that works.
that seems like it's also, parallel with the beer. I probably played Call of Duty 2 and drank a Ninkasi.
Probably. It was about the era.
It's probably about
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
about the era we were drinking a lot of that. Yeah.
All right.
And that's the connection.
That's the connection. Jared, I don't. If you have it, what's your pick for next week? If not, we'll leave the viewers hanging.
Sorry, Ian.
Oh,
no.
shit.
Pelican Brewery's Tsunami. It's an export stout, 7%
yeah.
alcohol.
They definitely have that at my store, so that's an easy find.
Yeah, Tsunami's really easy to find in our territory, at least.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I like this stuff.
Dave will probably like it. Dave's back next week.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
It's a good time of year for you, Ian.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. That was my favorite. My favorite. Cold beer nights.
Cold dark beer nights.
Dark beer.
All the dark winter warmers. And
Yeah.
Blah.
The festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's in the can. That's never mind. It's duh.
It's gross.
Festival.
Anyway, well, really quickly, I wanted to give a quick. Well, what we're just gonna be transitioning to what we've been playing, if we've been playing anything. I'll go first because I wanted to kind of give a little quick preview of Bayonetta 3, so I can put this in the title, so people will click on this episode.
Yeah, I'm hoping you're liking it. It seems like it's getting really good reviews.
So yeah, so I kind of mentioned this in the Discord. Also I need to JPK's been going back through all the episodes, and he's been asking me all these questions about episodes. I'm trying to remember what the shit's going on and stuff, and I keep trying to get back in the Discord. It's like, so I'm gonna say, hey John, get back in the Discord if you want to chat with us. That's the best way. Anyway.
He won.
Yeah, so I mentioned it in the Discord a little bit that I was really feeling lazy, Jared, and I did not want to go drive down. I know Best Buy's not that far away, but I just wanted to just buy it.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for buying the physical copy.
I just wanted to buy it digitally. I know Jared was like, I'll borrow it. It's like, but I'm like, oh man, I just want to buy it and just play it. And then I was like,
did you at least have DoorDashed it, or?
No, I was just gonna digital copy. But then,
no, I know, but I mean,
right.
Since you wanted the physical copy,
no, I didn't really. I mean, I only wanted it in the sense that way Jared could use it. He could borrow it, or Aaron could borrow it too. He has a Switch.
yes.
But I was really feeling like, ugh. And but then it would have been 60 plus tax, so it's like almost $65, $66 or whatever. And then I remember that I had a $5 rewards. Well, at least the last email I got had $5 rewards, so I was like, fuck it. So I drove down to Best Buy, and then it ended up having $15 rewards, so it only cost me $45. And then it was like, oh, okay. I felt so much better. Like it felt like, all right, it was all worth it. It was all working in Jared's favor.
That $15 paid for your gas there and back.
Well, I mean, hardly. That's probably like
expensive.
It is very expensive, but I doubt I spent $15 in gas. But Bayonetta 3 is I mean, it's awesome. The combat's great. The story's bonkers. It just, like I mentioned on the Discord, it just held back, man. You kind of want to see these games grow visually, and it's like I've been playing the same, literally the same PS3 game since the PS3. It's like nothing's visually gotten better. It's just kind of. I wish.
Because it's on your favorite system ever?
Which is fine. So it's like you could play all 3 games and you could pick a moment out of it and you wouldn't know. You could say like, oh, that's obviously from Bayonetta 1, and you would not know, and you'd be wrong because it's from Bayonetta 3. So that's kind of the only real, my real only gripe is so far. It's just
people are already making videos of the 4K HDR, just the crazy tech behind the copies. People are already just modding the shit out of it on PC to make it look how it should look on modern consoles.
It would just be cool, if she looked sexier and more realistic, if just the backgrounds looked less like just garbage, like everything goes into like the character and the VFX, but then the backgrounds, the environment is just so like, what is this?
Flat.
Flat. What are those fucking insect games? The cheap insect games you get, and the worlds are just like garbage. Earth Defense. Earth Defense
Oh.
Force or whatever. I don't know. Like, those environments are always just trash to me, and like this feels like I'm playing this cool game in this trash environment. But no, the voice, and like I mentioned, the voice acting, you wouldn't know if you didn't know that the voice talent switched. You would have no idea. Like Jennifer Hale does a great job doing a Bayonetta impression. So far, I'm really liking it. I'm only like an hour, 2 hours in. I didn't play. I was gonna play a bunch today, but I just tired and didn't feel like playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
I get that.
it's cool. I'm gonna get through it, and then Jerry can talk about it and play it. But anyway,
And
I've
then
also been
never
playing.
touch the Switch again.
Yeah, that'll be my
Yeah.
last time ever touching the Switch because I don't think there's anything else coming out for it that I want.
Yeah.
So I could look this up, but I just figured I'd ask you. But why I did it is just exclusive to the Switch, or is
Oh.
it just exclusive
Nintendo bought the license, or not bought it, but
Oh.
like, it has the license. Yeah, I think they bought the license from Sega. So it's still a Sega game, but they are paying for the license of Bayonetta exclusively on Switch.
Yeah, it seems like Bayonetta 2 wouldn't have been made if Nintendo didn't come and fund
Right,
it,
right.
and they kind of bought the license with it or something like that. Yeah, some weird convoluted garbage.
Platinum would love to port it to other consoles, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest from other people,
Yeah.
from other consoles to do that. So, and maybe Sega wants too much money for it. I don't know. So, this might be the last Bayonetta too. So this might also be kind of it, but we'll see. I've also been playing. There's some crazy deals going on PSN right now, so I bought King of Fighters Ultimate Edition, not the newest one, but the last one, and it comes with like all the fighters, and so I've been playing some of that, and that's really fun. Just like kind of
Yeah, I like some
simple-
of the characters in the King of Fighters
yeah.
world. Yeah.
And then the Ultimate Edition, it was only $11.99 for the entire, and you get all the characters, and it's just like, geez, there's so many characters in this game. Holy crap!
Yeah, nice.
But it's fun. I wish we had like old school game nights where we could just sit in the living room and play fighting
Punch
games
each other.
like
Yeah.
we used to. Maybe someday we'll get back to that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So, and some Overwatch.
Wow.
And some Fortnite, but that doesn't really matter. Jared, what have you been playing?
I've mostly just been kind of knocking stuff off of the Xbox Game Pass. I've been playing a lot of stuff on there. The one I recently beat was called Euden Chronicles Rising, which it's just like another side scroll like RPG action adventure kind of a game, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of like side quests and stuff like that. It was just monotonous. You just kind of check it off the list. That's kind of the mode I'm in right now. It's just games I can check items off the list right now. And that game had tons of items to check off. Just doing the like go into the woods and get this item, and just keep doing that and go through the story. I like the story, the characters. I guess this is like a ongoing series. This is like just one of the games in the series, so I want to check more of it out. Again, it's free on Xbox Game Pass. I guess not free if you're paying for Xbox Game Pass, but I'd recommend that. And I saw when I put in the beat list that I beat new Super Lucky's Tale, there was 2 people that laughed at it. It's actually a solid platformer. It's a really good 3D platformer if you like that old school like platforming type of stuff. As I was playing through it, I was getting all the stuff, all the collectibles and all that. So I pretty much played that game to completion, and I enjoyed every second of it. And today I was playing more of Super Mario Galaxy 2 because I was still in platforming mode. Since I bought that at the Retro Expo, I'm at the second world. I don't know how many worlds there are, or galaxy. I'm at the second galaxy, and just churning through that. I don't think I'm going to play that game like I did the first Mario Galaxy, where I got like all the stars, all the coins at the end, going through all the comet worlds and all that stuff. I just kind of want to see what the game has to offer because I don't know. There's too many games to play right now, as everybody knows. And
Are
it's kind of hard to focus on games like that where it's just like platforming challenges I like. But those Mario Galaxy games are much more difficult than any modern Mario game. You know, those older Mario games are really punching you.
I was just curious, like, are your like is Evelyn interested in the Mario Galaxy or no? Does it look too like dated?
She showed a little bit of interest in it today. I had her just beat second player because with the other Wiimote, she can just like be a character, you know, can stun enemies. She can shoot the star bits at the screen and stun enemies. She can grab star bits with the Wiimote and things like that. So I mean, I was pulling her in. I think she was kind of enjoying it. So I'll keep playing it and see if she wants to. I think right now she's more into like I think she wants another game that was a lot like Dragon Quest Builders 2 with a really big, deep story. She really liked reading through all that. So I just need to find something that is appropriate for her as Tuesday, she'll be 9. So that's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about not quite like that, but what about that Minecraft Diablo-esque type game?
I think she's played a little bit of that with one of her friends. She seemed to have liked it.
Isn't
Maybe
that on
I
Game
should.
Pass? Isn't that on Game Pass?
Yeah, it is. I should play. I should see about doing split screen with her, sharing the screen and doing that, or Minecraft Story Mode. Yeah, you can play that on Netflix. Even that's pretty interesting. I should see if she wants to try that experience playing Minecraft Story Mode on Netflix. That'd be a different experience for her.
And then I was thinking about scary games. Did you boot up Scorn? I heard that's a pretty short game, and it's not as violent. It's just more gross.
I haven't booted it up. It looks interesting, but what really threw me off, I kind of want to wait until maybe they patch some of the systems in it, but there's weapons in it that seem like they don't have any range, and it's just pure garbage battle system. Like shooting stuff is almost impossible.
But there's very little battle, in my understanding.
Yeah, and the little battles that are in there just seem like they're really frustrating and annoying.
Because like more puzzle based.
Yeah. So I'm interested in the game. The puzzles, I don't know. They're probably just grab this object, put this object in this thing, and move along.
I was just thinking for
kind
Halloween, maybe you tried it. But
yeah, I mean, I watched like 20, 30 minutes of gameplay of it, and it looks interesting. It looks fine.
Anything else?
No, not that I can think of for me.
Nick, are you playing any video games that are new or different?
No, but I wanted to ask Jared a couple questions about
Oh.
both Mario Galaxy 2. Like, is that more the same from? I didn't really play any of the Mario Galaxies. I think I played just enough so I could unlock a character in Mario Kart Wii back in the day.
Interesting.
But
yeah.
I mean, I have them both, but was 2 like an improvement over the first one, or is it just kind of more of the same? Or?
I think I'm trying to remember, but I don't think the first one had Yoshi. So they added Yoshi. I think it's been. I haven't played the first one since then. I own it, but I haven't played it. Or I bought it like a few years ago, but I haven't played it since then. But Yoshi's in it, and it added mechanics from that. You have to grab onto items to use the tongue and get to higher places and stuff like that. They added different tools like a digging drill and a cloud power up. So, I mean, they added different power ups, making the game different. And I think they really just went for Galaxy 2 because the whole concept of Mario Galaxy was really well done, really awesome, really neat. And I'm glad they did a second one because I like the gravity-based environments and things like that where you can walk all the way around the planet. Even if it has like a sharp edge, you're going to stick to the edge and just walk over the edge. It would be nice if it was re-released, maybe even just like Mario Galaxy 3 where you had modern controls like camera control and things like that, because that becomes the frustrating part is camera controls back on the Wii. Like there are options to use the D-pad on the the Wiimote, and most of the levels have the camera controls locked, so you can't even adjust them in certain points. You're like, I really wish I could just turn a little bit.
Oh, that sounds like Mario 64.
Yeah, Mario 64's cameras have a little more control.
Well, I mean,
you could
yeah, you could control them a little bit, but then there
With
were
those
also certain
crappy
portions
C-sticks.
where, yeah. But another question I had: do you have Super Mario Brothers Wii? I was
New
just
Super Mario
asking.
Brothers Wii? No, I don't.
Yeah,
I had it a long time ago, but I love that. But playing it with more than one person was just obnoxious because you bounce off of each other. When you have four
yeah.
people, it's a complete nightmare.
No, I know. I think I brought it over to your place once or twice.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
kind of, but I was just asking, like for like you and Evelyn,
We
like if
have.
you were trying to play get her into the Mario series.
Well, she has completed New Super Mario Bros. U, or it was like the Wii U version remastered for the
The
Switch.
Switch.
So she beat that one. She's beat Mario Odyssey. That was like the first game she beat when she was like 4 or 5, something like that. She freaking destroyed that game. So yeah, she's got Mario under her belt, and she's also like played really heavy story games. She actually read all the dialogue in Dragon Quest Builders 2, and that has tons of dialogue. That's a long game. So she's got her
She's ready for
hands
Final
on a
Fantasy.
lot of stuff. Final Fantasy might be a little more mature. I think when she's a teenager, I might throw her into some of the more retro Final Fantasy stuff. She might find more interest in that different art style. I think she looks for more pretty things. Though it's funny when a child complains about graphics and they're playing Minecraft.
Right.
Like it looks fuzzy. Like Minecraft is all blocks.
Aaron,
Yeah, so I don't
But
know.
have you played any video games? Even a mobile game?
Aaron's Mobile Minute.
We need to bring back Aaron's Mobile Minute once he gets his time back.
Well,
oh, so in 18 years.
Come on, Jared plays video games.
Yeah.
I did. Well, I kind of sort of switching.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, your microphone
It's
is
too far from
falling
your
out of your
face.
head or something. Yeah.
I think he was off to go play some games.
What? Go ahead, repeat.
I did play some Switch games. I think there's a game called.
Oh, we're losing him.
We're losing
I
you,
can't
Aaron.
hear him. Yeah.
Oh, this
And a Comcast.
Yeah,
Strike
your
again.
your vocal, your audio is cutting in and out, buddy. Yeah, I don't even hear you.
Internet's.
Oh.
All right. How about Ian? Ian, what have you been playing? We can't hear Aaron. Let's
We
give him a
already
little
talked
bit of
about
time.
what I've been
Oh,
playing.
yeah. Okay, I guess he is the last one.
mean,
huh?
Well, I mean, I have kind of played some stuff, but I mean, not really
Yeah.
much.
Oh, well,
I mean,
what did you play, Nick?
well, I mean, last week I think I was playing Sims 3. I
Oh,
think I
that's
told you
right.
about that.
I think we told.
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about that.
But was it on the show or was it the after show?
Was it on the
I-
show? It probably wasn't on the show because.
I mean, not that anybody really cares about Sims 3 since it's not 2009 anymore. But
Yeah, I can't believe how long ago Sims 3 came out. And Sims 4 has been out forever, and it just went
Yeah,
free to play.
7 years, something like that. 7-8 years.
I
And
guess they
announced
just
the new one.
showed. Yeah, I guess they
just-
showed a little bit of like early footage from the new one that they're working on, which Maxis has never done. Like show super early concept footage and stuff like that. So that's interesting.
yeah, but I don't know if I've tried playing Sims 4, but just haven't really gotten into it. Probably just need to really stick it out. But I mean, I
Do
kind of
you?
felt the same way. Like, no, I guess not. But I mean, it was like even like with the SimCity series, it was I loved SimCity 2000, and then 3000 came out, SimCity 4 came out, and it was like I kind of
So what do you like about that?
started stuff.
Because you like playing Fallout as well, Fallout 4. Do you like the base management aspect of all that stuff? Is that why you dig these games like SimCity, like managing the person and his life? You like managing the base building and the the people, the settlers.
Maybe a little bit. I like to think of myself as like a benevolent dictator type.
Do you play Civ?
No, I don't.
Oh, isn't that kind
I
of
used to play Command. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I think I have it on one of them on my Steam list, but
Because don't you like build a world and then, or you build like a civilization and then you take it to war? Isn't that kind of what that
maybe, and
game is?
that's kind of funny because that was the other game that I was going to bring up, or that I've been
Mhm.
playing on my iPad. I mean, I've had it for a little while, but um, I've been spending a little bit of time playing Ebony, King's Return on my iPad. It's a mobile game that's probably been out forever.
I don't even know what that
Um,
is.
Hmm.
it's all
Mobile
the
game.
like stupid. Yeah, Aaron probably knows all about it.
I
Mobile
know
game.
Kinda.
very little.
Yeah,
Didn't
I mean,
touch
yeah, it
it.
is a mobile game, but it was like you see like ads for it all the time, and I originally just thought it was kind of a puzzle game, but then that's like one minor aspect of it, and it turns out it's a whole. I mean, it's a little bit city building, a little bit like I mean, it's a whole. I'm still not even sure what the game is, but I mean, I can uh grow an army of troops. There's a little resource collecting aspect to it. There's like
Old
fantasy
Warcraft
and
stuff.
I guess. I've never played Warcraft. Um, but I mean,
Old
it's a
school
lot more. And
Warcraft is like
Old school.
Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
yeah, and that was another series I was going to mention, like that I played for a bit was Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun.
Nice.
But um, but yeah, I mean, there's like there's a bunch of other people on there. I've probably been attacked who knows how many times.
Jared got me this game.
Okay.
It was in the Jack in the Box. It was he wrapped it in a Jack in the Box bag back when I lived with him.
The Burger Boss game? Burger.
How sweet.
No, I think it was because of the Jack in the Box taco thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny.
But to kind of circle back to the SimCity series, though, it was I always tried I tried 3004,
yeah.
but I always found myself like, and I think we were talking about this a week or two ago when we were talking about DOSBox. Like the whole reason I got DOSBox was so I could play SimCity 2000 because that was like the one game that kind of stuck with me because I mean it was still like I kind of found that SimCity 3 and 3000 and SimCity 4 probably got a little too like kind of into the weeds in terms of like building. Like I think you can even merge or there's some sort of connection with SimCity 4 and The Sims. But I mean that was just like some of it just became a little too much. Like I just kind of wanted something a little simpler. And I always felt SimCity 2000 just kind of fit that bill. Like it was like you had to put some thought into it, but you didn't have to put too much in order to build a successful city. I mean, maybe that's just me because I'm a bit of a simpleton in that aspect, but and maybe I just kind of feel the same way about Sims 3. I mean, shoot, just I open up Origin and I already see like a bunch of pop-ups like, "Hey, get this add-on for SimCity 4." And I mean, SimCity 3 or Sims 3 had their fair share of add-ons, but I just feel like with 4 it's just kind of
You want
gone.
something
I
really
mean,
exciting. You're playing. Oh wait, what do you have? You have Sims
what?
4 on Origins.
I have I have it on Origin and I have it on the PS4 because I think it
Oh
was like it was like one of the games of the
well,
month
on
on Plus.
PC you can mod it, and let me tell you all the cool things you can do.
Oh
Oh, they
man,
have a
here we
tentacle
go.
mod. Is that what you're about to tell me?
Oh, they have more than that. Uh, any other games? Nick to win.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, Aaron. What were you trying to tell us earlier but couldn't?
Well, there's this game called Guardian. I think it was Guardian Quest or something like that on the Switch. I downloaded. I can't remember what it is. I saw it on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. I didn't get too far into it. I just mainly got the introductions out of the way, but it seemed pretty fun so far. It's not turn based. It's more like you go in and actually have to battle, but it kind of reminded me of um the Isaac game. I can't remember on the Switch.
Oh, Binding of Isaac.
Yes, that game. It kind of reminded me of that, but not as disturbing. It was just more medieval. Because I feel like that game was very.
That's all about poop and tears.
Yeah, this one not so much. It's kind of more like medieval about dragons and knights and stuff like that. You had
Even
to
tears.
fight
It
and
sounds
stuff
like
like
me
that.
when I
Pretty
get
fun.
home every day from work.
Dude, Nick, if you've never played Binding of Isaac, you should check that fucking game out, dude.
Mm.
It's a thing. Yeah, a lot of people love it and
Oh.
played it for thousands of hours. It's
I don't
crazy.
really care about the game, but the fucking lore and story and everything is fucking crazy. Over
It's
the top.
insane.
Do I need to know why it's called binding? I mean,
Well,
does this
it's
guy
a
eat bunch
religion.
of
His
cheese, or-
mother's like this awful abusive person, and she's very religious, and she sends him down to the basement, or he had tried to escape through the basement. I forget now. Anyway, while he's down there, he's fighting all these poop monsters, and he kills things with his tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
And Aaron, did you get Guardian Tales?
Guardian Tales? That's the one. Yes.
Is it actually free?
It was free on the Switch. Remember,
Huh.
right? That's why I got it. I was able to download it there.
Huh.
Is it a demo or is it straight up free?
It's just must be a free to play game. I don't know.
I think it was free to play, but
Yeah.
I haven't got too far into it. It was pretty fun from what I played, so I might have to keep going with that. It was kind of right up my alley in the sense of it being it's not turn based, definitely not, but it's pretty fun to play, I think. But
Aaron,
that's fun.
Aaron, in your limited, when do you carve out time to play video games in your limited time as a new father? When is the time you play like on the Switch?
Pretty much nighttime, if anything, just because she's sleeping versus like nap time sleeping. Usually during the day, I try and get stuff done throughout the day. Nighttime is kind of like chill, relax, get food in, play video games whenever I can. If I'm feeling not too exhausted, which lately hasn't been so bad, but still.
Cool.
I'm hoping to get more into that once we get the place fully more done. Like the house, hopefully we won't be completely done soon, so I can just start doing it up again.
Cool.
But yeah, pretty much.
Can't wait to see your little entertainment room, whatever room you're playing games and stuff in, doing whatever, watching movies.
Yeah, when you gonna have your own room again?
Actually, no, we have it like kind of like we have two separate. We have a living room and a family room. So the living room is pretty much where the PlayStation and the Switch is, or the family room is out towards the little area. So
Kid toys.
stuff
To stub your toes on, trip on, step on.
You
Yeah,
mean,
pretty much.
or is it the
No.
guest entertainment area and then the family hangs out doing all kinds of crazy shit area?
Well, there's a bit of each room has its purpose. I mean, it sort of has its purpose, but they all hang. We all have the hangout. We all hang out in some spots of the house.
What
or
room are you in
another.
right now that's just a bunch of white walls?
The office. It's the area that's like most. I can be a little more louder because I can shut the door and stuff like that. And it's a little more quieter out there once I get that done. But
Do you have a big garage like you did at the last place?
we do, but it's there's so much shit in there right
Well, I
now.
know, but at some point it won't.
It'll be organized and ready to go. Hopefully after this year for sure, because we want to get that place up and running. At least park a car in there when we want to, because there's a 2-car garage. It's actually like you can fit 2 cars in there, one on each side of the garage. Like it's a giant garage. It's just
Yeah, I get that. I'm out here in my garage and there's barely walking room.
Jared still hasn't unpacked from his move, so
Yeah, pretty much. But
yeah,
hey, you're only 37 minutes away according to Google Maps, so that's a lot closer.
No, it was 27 minutes when I.
Well,
did
from
it.
your house.
Oh yeah, you were fucking another half hour away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're close to everybody. That's one of
Yeah.
the nicest things about this move. The last move for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I hope so.
If I still lived in Oregon City, I'd be like the furthest away.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd be the closest
To you, but furthest from. I'd be like from Jared. He'd be like, "Oh my god, that's like a forever drive."
True.
I'm pretty sure I'm.
Oh, Canby.
Further.
Nick's the furthest.
I'm pretty close to I'm actually closer to Canby than I think than Oregon City.
Oregon City's closer than Tualatin. for me.
Mhm.
205.
That's true.
Mhm.
It's probably further for me
But
than
then-
actually.
But then you factor in traffic, and then everybody's
Mhm.
far away.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. But really, what we need is couch co-optionals so we can wrap this show up. Jared, what do you have for the good of the order?
This week is season 4 of The Dragon Prince, and I'm very excited. Anime that's on Netflix
I believe
that I've been
you've-
watching forever.
I think this has been your couch co-optional before.
Yes,
Mhm.
but not season 4. That's just coming out this week.
I gathered.
Yes, I'm very excited. I want it.
Awesome.
That's
That's on
probably
Netflix?
yeah, it's probably my favorite animated series of all time now.
I didn't realize they were still
It's
going
great.
with that.
Yeah,
Netflix likes to cancel shit.
it's been a couple of years, I think, since the prior season, so I'm like really ramped up for this one.
Cool. Nick DeWin, what do you got?
Well, I had one earlier and I forgot it already. But
Whoops.
so I'm just gonna go to. Have I ever mentioned last week tonight?
You
Maybe.
no, but I mean,
With John Oliver.
John Oliver.
Yeah,
Just
I'll
do
just-
it. No, I don't think
I'll
anyone's
just
mentioned it.
mention that. Yeah. They took a week break last week, and
Dude, the
and I'm
segment
gonna-
he did like I don't know, a few weeks back on Subway,
yeah.
that was fucking hilarious. I mean, sad as fuck,
Mm.
but like the
Yeah.
Korean shit with like the that's
Mm.
fucking hilarious.
I'll have to watch that. Yeah, I love his
Oh
stuff.
no, it's a great show, and
It
it's.
is.
I mean, I was for the longest time I was watching it on YouTube, and then AT&T, his business daddy at the time, decided to give me free HBO Max.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
of course I signed up, and now I get to watch it. I mean, it's probably on right now, but I always like watching it Monday morning. Like if I'm eating something, just sit down, and give it a watch.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it'll be fun. I can't wait to see what tonight's episode is.
Cool.
Tomorrow morning.
Aaron, what you got for us?
All right, so I just found this one show, and it's kind of on a whim. It's called Love Is Blind on Netflix. They have season 3, but I just started from the beginning because I wanted to figure out what it's about. So it's basically it's kind of like a dating show. It's stupid, but whatever. It's kind of it's good crap for me. It's like you.
Is it the
These
one where they
people
wear
meet
the
with the-
masks?
No, they're like
Oh.
in separate rooms talking to each
okay.
other to this one wall type thing. They don't get to see each other, period, until they propose to each other and they live with each other after the proposal and they figure out they're going to marry this person. It's like, huh, okay, I'm kind of hooked. You need that one show in your life is like, why am I watching this? Okay, I'll keep watching it. I need that. That's that show.
Because
Let's go.
there's that other dating show where they like wear fucking crazy ass costumes and so they don't know what the people look like. I forgot what that's called.
Huh.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's on
sounds
Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. I forget what it's called. Anyway,
I think you're right, but
dating
No.
shows. Aaron, that's what your life is delved into, huh?
He's got let his brain go to mush at nighttime somehow.
Well, I actually
Sounds
watched
like
the
a
other
show that'd be
called-
watched in my house.
Well, there's this other show I've been watching. It's with Paul Rudd. It's called Living with Yourself on Netflix as well. It's about
Oh, it's twins,
he's
right?
kind of what?
Is that the twins one?
Yes. Well, it's unintentional twins. It's like a clone type thing.
Right,
Like
right, right.
he goes to a clinic, and he winds up being buried because they kill off the original and let the clone live. But he lives. He finds the clone, and it just devolves into like a kind of a silly question of what would you do if you had a clone of yourself type thing.
Right.
Like Paul Rudd, so I bet that's really good.
Yeah.
It's Paul Rudd. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can.
Yeah, he's
no.
great.
Cool.
And of course, been diving into the Halloween stuff. I just watched Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters 2.
Oh
Good
yeah.
stuff. And I tried watching the Ghostbusters remake, and I'm like, whatever that one is with the girls. I'm like,
Oh, I haven't seen that.
eh.
The one with the girls is not
alright.
too bad. It has some redeeming features. I don't know why everyone hates on it.
I don't either. But it's okay. I mean, it's all right, but
mean,
I think it's
technically, I
just
think
like
I think
Christmas.
Ghostbusters 2 is the more like critically panned bad film.
Yeah, I guess I kind of.
That was the one that gave me nightmares.
Huh.
I also watched Sonic the Hedgehog. That movie actually, I kind of
I
enjoyed
think
it.
you talked about that last time, Aaron.
No, I think
Didn't he
no.
talk about Sonic the Hedgehog last time?
I think it was something else entirely. But I don't remember. But all I remember is watch Living with Yourself if you haven't seen it yet. Also, Decoupled with Neil Patrick Harris. That's another good one.
Oh yeah, where he gets broken up.
Mm, I enjoyed that one. That show, I couldn't stop watching. I almost burned through the whole season, which is only one season, but still, good show. I enjoyed it. That's it. Netflix, boom.
Netflix, just Netflix.
Yeah,
Netflix, just
do it.
that's all I care about.
Twitch.com/Aaron.
Yeah.
So
So does it?
oh, it's my turn.
Uh,
What? Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead,
Well, I
Nick.
know.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask everybody else if anybody else was like a Simpsons fan at all.
I used to
Now
be.
that it's on
Not
Disney
anymore,
Plus.
man.
I used to watch
Disney
Simpsons all the
Plus.
time. I
I'm
haven't
so
seen it
out
for
of
years.
I think the
So I
last
guess I'm
I
the
think
only
the
one.
last cool thing they ever did was that Banksy intro or outro. Whatever the
Oh,
Banksy thing is, where it's like basically a joke on The Simpsons as being a factory to churn out shit.
Huh.
mhm.
Anyway,
How
I
are the
think-
I don't watch
the Treehouse of Horror episodes? Are they still doing good on those?
I don't know. That
Oh,
was,
okay.
thanks for the bump set spike, Jared, because I was just going to ask if anybody watched, and because I do it every year where I just go through and watch like the Treehouse of Horrors, but I mean, I'm only like a 90s Simpsons fan, so like anything beyond that I don't watch. Then I do like the same thing with the Treehouse of Horrors. I watched like 1 through 6 or 7, and that's about it. Because
Okay.
yeah, Simpsons after the 90s, I got off that train.
Yeah, I haven't really seen them
Like,
much.
All the earlier seasons are brilliant. And I don't know if I can say the same about anything past that, but I was just curious if anybody else did that.
After a while,
Yeah.
they just tried keeping up with Family Guy.
and but I feel like every once in a while someone will say, "Man, did you watch South Park? Man, that episode was fucking awesome." That's the one cartoon show I wish I still watched, and I just don't keep up on it because I feel like that's still somewhat relevant, and but I just don't
Yeah, I
watch that
haven't watched
anymore.
South Park in a while either.
But I always found that way more funny than Simpsons.
Oh yeah, way better.
I don't
think,
like
as well.
Family Guy. I think Family Guy's too just
Out there.
no. It's just all like,
Okay.
oh, here's another Star Wars joke. Oh, here's an Indiana Jones joke. Oh, have you seen Power Rangers? Here's a joke for that. It's just like, oh, I don't care anymore. Can you stop?
And no,
Yeah, at least
too many
South Park
cutaways,
tried.
cutaway
Hold on.
gags.
Yeah, I'm not a big what is it? Seth MacFarlane?
Seth Rogen.
MacFarlane.
Yeah,
Seth Green?
MacFarlane's right.
Not a big fan of his.
Oh,
I'm pretty
Seth
sure we all like
MacFarlane.
his politics, but we just don't care for his art form.
Anyway, I just wanted to recommend a super simple thing on YouTube. I'm a huge. This is probably more for Dave, really, but you guys might dig it too. I mean, I've always been very big into the Gymkhana stuff. Ken Block, always doing cool shit with cars, and his latest, he has an Audi electric. I posted it in the Discord. It's electric, fucking Audi rally car. It's called the
Yeah, I still need to
Hunatron,
watch it.
and it is fucking scary. I mean, it's crazy. He's still doing the same shit with like this like crazy high horsepower electric car, and it just sounds like it's just like this unnerving, like to see a car do what he usually does with a car, but it sounds like something completely different than what a car should sound like. It's just kind of cool and crazy, and that's where this world is going, you know. At least you hope that's where this world's going, but
Right.
it's really impressive. It's just like, wow, that's crazy.
I'll have to check that out. I like his videos.
But it's super fun. It takes place in Vegas. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I shared it. But everyone else, if you didn't know it dropped, Ken Block's still doing his Gymkhana shit, and it's always fun to watch.
I haven't watched a Ken Block video in years.
Dude, I love watching that shit.
But
I
Oh,
only
it's
watched
great.
it, I believe.
I want to say he was. There's an old Subaru commercial that came out around 2007. It's got like a Marilyn Manson song.
Oh, that guy. That guy was canceled, Nick. We can't be talking about that on this channel right now. He's a rapist.
Well,
Mhm.
That's news to me. I did not know that. I mean, not that I'm
Oh yeah.
not that I'm a subscriber to the Marilyn Manson newsletter, but I mean, it was a
Did
point
you
of
see where?
reference.
No,
but, I
but
mean,
like on the topic of Marilyn Manson, really quickly, did you see where he went to like Kanye West's church to be born again, Christian born again, Donda, whatever. I mean, Kanye West is already on a next level like awfulness. Like these awful
Cancellation,
people hang out together. Anyway, it was pretty fucked up. Anyway,
All right.
anyway, so there's just this old Subaru commercial that I was trying to look. I mean, I had it as like a saved video on YouTube like years and years ago, but I can't find it anywhere. But I think Ken Block is in it. I mean, it's a really cool commercial. It was for the Subaru WRX STI, I think, when they were initially coming out with
couldn't be because
new.
like he's strictly Ford. No, it might be. I'm just giving you shit.
Well, no, he drove STIs
I
back
know he
in the
did.
day.
I know back in the day he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not every.
He's driving
But
an
there
Audi
could
right
be-
now. He's like a big Audi guy right now.
Maybe some people aren't familiar with Ken Block who are watching this, like all the bots out there, and they need to know.
Well,
the
I
bots
do
need to know
follow the
that Ken Block
Hoonigan. I
is-
do follow the Hoonigan YouTube channel, I guess, and so they do all these like cool videos and shit too. So like I'm really big into car culture, so I still follow all that stupid shit.
Well,
Ken Block, man, his daughter is getting into racing. Anyway, not important. We need to wrap this up and get out of here. I know Aaron needs to go to
sorry.
bed.
Good night.
And then we can all like talk shit after we wrap this up. So, hey guys, I want to thank you for listening and remind you that you can feed feedback at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Couch Co-op Shows.
Oh, well, we're no hyphen.
That's right. Remind you to please
And
subscribe, share, and maybe leave us an iTunes review. You can watch our videos on youtube.com/milkmanpictures, or you can watch the video on Spotify. It's also cool, like literally the Spotify app on your phone, when you hit play, it opens a video window and you watch us now. It's
Nice.
crazy. But you can still just listen to us as a podcast. You won't get to see these other three sexy young men.
You're not missing much with me.
We're still longing for someone to leave us a voice message over at anchor.fm/the Couch Co-op Show. You know, right there on the website, there's a button. You press it, record a message. We'll play it. Promise. We promise.
APK, leave us a message.
Yeah, JPK. JPK, get back into the Discord and then also leave us a message. I know you're just listening in your bed. Isn't that the joke? He used to listen quietly in his bed. Now he listens maybe not so quietly in his bed with his fiance. Weird,
Right.
huh? Okay.
Maybe they share headphones.
Sure. They're sharing something. Anyway, I want to thank you. I want to thank Jared, Nick, and Aaron for joining me here on the couch.
Always.
Yeah. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian. Reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Aliens.
All right, I'm gonna play the outro. What?
Alright, guys.
Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.